So the first question says that this is in, hang on, no, this was a comment actually on YouTube. This wasn't in response to my question. This was a comment on YouTube, and this person said, I think I was talking about gurus in the video. That's what the comment was about. What do you think of gurus, in inverted commas, saying there is no one else than you? Then why are they on social media? I cannot understand that. And it's a good point, because both sides of it are true. I don't know if I can say there's, what does it say? There's no one else than you. I wouldn't say that because I don't know about anybody else. I only know about me. And there is an element to the spiritual life where you kind of go, you have to face that it's a little bit lonely in that you you only ever have your own experience. You only ever, or I only ever have my experience. I only ever look out through my eyes. I only ever listen through my ears. I never look out through anyone else's eyes. I never hear things through other people's ears. Everything happens inside me. So it's like I kind of wake up into this single point perspective the whole time. And that can, when you really get into that, you can kind of go, if this is, the idea of it's a simulation, you can really get into that. You kind of go, if it's a simulation, I'm the only one here. Everybody else doesn't exist. I don't think that's true, but there is a certain kind of loneliness to that and a feeling of like, it's understandable why people want to get together with other people and love and look outside to kind of assuage that feeling a little bit of it's just me. So it is true. I know Barry Long, my spiritual teacher, used to say there's only one I in the universe, not like Mordor, I meant one I, like I. There's only one I in the universe, and it's in that body sitting in that chair. And that's a good thing to turn over, because it points towards this thing of, yeah, I only ever look at a one eye, whatever. I only ever look at a one set of eyes, and I only ever hear through one set of ears, and I only have this one perspective. It's like you wake up and you're the star of your own reality TV show every day. That's kind of what it's like. I wake up into the John show every day, just like you wake up into whatever, your name is, your show. So they're the gurus and verticals. I think I kind of agree with them on that. And then this point of, if that's true, why are they going on social media? And that's a good question as well. Um, I can only really talk about me. Not that I'm a guru. God forbid. I don't. I'm always saying the age of the guru is over. The time of the guru is over. The time of the spiritual teacher is over. It passed. But why I do it, why I get on social media is really simple. I just want to join the conversation. You know, lots of people are talking about lots of different things. And it's like any conversation. It's like, well, this is my perspective. This is what it looks like to me. This is sad. My cat Ginger. He's not allowed on the table, but that doesn't stop him. But I'm not trying to tell anybody anything. I'm not saying this is the way it is. This is the truth. And this is how you should live your life. I don't know how you should live your life. God, I'm just about living my life. I feel like. So I don't think I'm not trying to change the world. I'm not trying to change anybody's mind. I'm not trying to do any of those things. And, from observing other people who are still perpetuating the kind of guru idea, the dynamic, they didn't get the memo that it's over. You can kind of tell, um, that you can feel the finger coming up. They might be going like this, but that's kind of the energy of, now here's the truth, and here's how you should live your life, and the reason you're miserable is because of this, and it's all like this kind of finger pointing, and that's part of why the guru thing is over, is because It's not honest, you know? Like if they were really honest, they would be saying, I don't know. This is just the way it looks to me. This works for me. But I don't know what it's like to be inside your body, and I don't know why you're here. I don't even know why I'm here. But it looks to me like everybody's here. We're figuring out something about ourselves, each person. It's very individual. So I don't know why you're here and why you're figuring out what you're figuring out. I hardly know why I'm here and what I'm figuring out. So how could I possibly tell you how to live your life? How could I possibly tell you what the truth is? Like there is some objective truth. I don't know if there is. I don't think there is. I think it's all just this one experience, you know? So I kind of agree with this person. I can't really understand it either, why they would go on social media going, now there's only one I in the universe. Now let me tell you all how to live your life. um, but like, bear in mind, like with myself, like I got enlightened in 96. I didn't mention it. I didn't mention it to anybody. I mentioned it to about, you know, like this many people, less than 5 people in, I think it was 11 or 12 years. So 96, I wrote Maya Noise in 2011. What's that, 14 years, 15 years? Nobody, I didn't say a word about it. I didn't need to. I didn't, you know, because it wasn't anybody else's business. It was like something I had wanted to do. I did it. I was so happy and I continue to be so happy with it. And that was it. I only started talking about it because for this thing of joining the conversation. And that book, Maya Noise, kind of, I was losing sleep over it. It was one of, that's kind of the way books come for me. They kind of press themselves on me. And until I write them, they just keep annoying me. So I wrote it. And I was kind of going, oh God, I don't want to write about enlightenment. I don't want to write about any of that stuff. Because it's very personal. That book's very personal. I talk about a lot of very intimate things, you know. And I didn't really want to write it. So the only way I could write it was to kind of go, well, I'll write it, but I'm not showing anybody. I'm certainly not publishing it, you know. But then when I got to the end of it, I could kind of see, oh yeah, this is it's a thing. There's a dynamic here, and I thought it was good. So I thought, yeah, okay. And when I when I kind of published it, I thought, oh, I'm gonna get all this backlash, and people are going, you know, how dare you say you're enlightened, and how dare you talk about this thing and that thing and the other thing. Nothing. Greatly relieved. Nothing. So yeah, I suppose you'd have to ask the gurus. That's really what it boils down to. Why do I think gurus are saying there's no, you know, they're right. There isn't they're I think they're talking about this thing. If there's only one singular perspective, your perspective, this thing that you wake up into. That is true. But it's all part of the like rich experience of waking up into this thing that we wake up into every day. And there is a thing of YouTube, and there is a thing of communication. And you know, the only thing that's real here that I can see is love and communication. So it's understandable they want to communicate. It's more a thing of style, and it just I couldn't do it because it just doesn't seem real for me to go, oh, this is how you should live your life. You know, I'm much more in the vibe of, I went to a nice restaurant the other night. I think you might like it, you know, or I saw this movie. I think it's the sort of movie you'd enjoy. You know, I'm more kind of like that. Like these are the things I've discovered, and this is the way it looks to me. But I don't think it's truth or universal truth. I don't think there is a universal truth. Because as I look at it, that's where all the trouble starts. When you have this is the truth, this is the actual truth. That's when we can get into a fight about things. Whereas if I just say, well, this is the way it looks to me, and you say, well, this is the way it looks to me, and we go, okay, the way you see it's very different to the way I see it. There we go. But we don't, you know, we don't do that. We kind of go, no, there's a truth here. There's an actual truth here, and you've got you're living in a delusion. That's what you're doing. Yeah, you have to face reality, like it's a third thing here, and then we can have a big fight about it. No, and then I'm going to you. No, no, no. You're the one that's deluded. Here's the truth. So I hope that helps.